right, so this is question number 17 from the Stoichiometry review problem set. We are asked to figure out a volume of sodium hydroxide that will neutralize 0.050 moles of hydrosulfuric acid. What's nice about them giving us moles to start is that I don't have to convert anything to moles. We always have to start with moles. I already have moles. This is good. So I'm going to go ahead and start my railroad tracks. I have 0.050 moles of H2S. I am going to use my mole ratios from the balanced equation to figure out how many moles of sodium hydroxide I need to neutralize my hydrosulfuric acid. So I have a 1 to 2 ratio right now. I have a 1 to 2 ratio right now. So my H2S cancels out. I now have moles of sodium hydroxide. Remember that on paper 1, we don't use a calculator, so this is math that we should try to do in our heads. 2 times 0.050, I'm going to multiply that by 2. That's going to turn it into 0.1. My 0.05 is going to turn into a 10. I've got my 2 sig figs. I now have moles of sodium hydroxide. Moles of sodium hydroxide. But I don't want moles of sodium hydroxide. I want volumes of sodium hydroxide. So I know that I've got this concentration. I want to get rid of moles, turn my moles into cubic decimeters. So I'm going to get rid of moles by putting it on the bottom. I'm going to put those moles on the bottom. I'm going to put my cubic decimeters on the top. It's kind of weird. You're like, wait, how does that even work? Well, I know that I can have 0.20 moles in 1 cubic decimeter, but I could also say that in my 1 cubic decimeter, I've got 0.20 mole. 20 moles. Same idea. I'm just flipping things around. What's good about this is I can now cancel out my moles of sodium hydroxide. I'm now going to have cubic decimeters of my sodium hydroxide. 0.1 times 1 divided by 0.2. 0.1 divided by 0.2. That's a half. That's 0.5. I need it to be 50 to keep my significant figures. I have cubic decimeters. That's not quite going to answer my question yet. I need to turn my cubic decimeters into cubic centimeters. To go from cubic decimeters to centimeters, I know that there are 1,000 cubic centimeter in my 1 cubic decimeter. I have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 zeros. I'm going to take my decimal point and I'm going to multiply. So I'm going to move my decimal to the right, multiply, move to the right. 1, 2, 3. That is 500 cubic centimeters of sodium hydroxide needed.